Hey everybody, I'm Joe DeGanzik and this is Smarter Home Life. I'm back with yet another security camera review. Probably a product that you may think, gee, haven't you already reviewed this? It seems like everyone else has. Well, anyways, back towards my left up there on the fridge is the Wyze Cam Pan. Now, when its smaller non-motorized brother came on the scene in 2017, everyone thought, wait, a security camera for 20 bucks? Because we're all used to paying $100, $200, $300 and more for Nest, Arlo, you name it, security cameras that are just crazy expensive. So how could a company make one that's so inexpensive? And this guy shipped total price $38, I mean $30 plus shipping. How can they do it? There's been a number of interviews, even a great one recently by New York Magazine. I will put a couple of links in the video description so you can check those out. No, your data isn't sent to China, even though these do look similar to some other security cameras that may be out there. Before I get too far into the video, here's the highlights of the Wyze Cam Pan. It's a 1080p HD indoor security camera with night vision and has a 120-degree lens which can tilt up and down 93 degrees, and the entire camera can spin around a full 360 degrees to capture virtually everything that's going on around it. When the camera senses motion, it will record a 12-second video clip to the Wyze Cloud and send an alert to your phone. By the way, you get 14 days of free rolling cloud storage with no membership fees. For continuous recording or just more advanced storage, the camera accepts micro SD cards with a networked storage solution called MaxDrive coming soon. The base of the Wyze Cam Pan has standard tripod threads for versatile mounting. The camera can also send alerts based on unusual sounds that it detects with adjustable sensitivity, including dedicated alerts that tell you specifically if your smoke or carbon monoxide alarm is going off. This is the main screen of the Wyze app. If you have multiple cameras, they would show up here, and you'd have your little snapshots that it takes on a frequent basis. And I'm going to just tap in and go into mine here, and we'll go, and here's the main controls. The stuff that you expect, right? Take a photo, take a video, they will record and be stored on your local device, iOS or Android. You've got your two-way audio, listening in, you know, all that good stuff. Then you've got the directional pad at the bottom. You can move the camera and pan, tilt, you know, left, right, up and down, or you can just swipe right on the actual screen, the actual video image itself. Oh, look, it's detecting motion. It does that every 5 minutes maximum. So every, you know, it'll do a 12-second clip and it'll do that every 5 minutes for each alert type. Swipe literally to move the camera. Pretty cool. Or you can just, you know, hold down the button and it moves relatively quickly. You can actually also change the motor speed as well. I'm going to bring it back over here so I'm in the frame. There we go. And so, all right, you've got the motor control. You've got all your standard controls. I'm going to go into the more option here on the right side. I'm going to turn on motion tagging. That, you know, brings on that little green box, right? That just highlights what's moving in the frame. So when you look at those clips, it's easier to determine what might be going on, or maybe you've got your pets moving or something like that. And so you might think, all right, it's motorized, it's detecting motion, it's tagging it. How about a little bit of tracking action? And so there we go. So here's this demo, and occasionally it gets a little bit crazy. We'll see if I can fake it out here. Come on, follow me. It's like training a puppy, right? So stand still. Hello, I'm still here. Got it? Okay, let's go back this way. Now, of course, it is compatible with good old Lady A. I'm going to turn off the tracking so it leaves me in the shot here. It's compatible with Lady A, it's compatible with IFTTT, so you can connect it and do more automation, turn tracking on, get a video alert every hour, all those kind of things, or talk to your favorite Echo or Fire TV Cube device like, computer, show me the main space. A lovely image indeed. And that's it for that demo. So computer, turn off the TV. And speaking of turning things off, let's see how this does in, well, with no illumination whatsoever. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the tracking back on, and I'm gonna kill all the lights into place, all lights off. It may take an additional second for everything to turn off. And let's see if I'm actually in the frame and it's got me. Load that back up. It's kind of like, come on, I'm over here. Hello. This is probably a terrible, terrible, terrible demo, but let's see if we can fake it out. I can come over here. There we go. One of the challenges, of course, you see this is pretty, it's a narrow space. This is the main space of my tiny little home here. And it serves, multiple purposes. Go watch the tour video. You'll find out more about that. But it's a big space. So the question is, this thing doesn't have sensors like on the back of its head, right? It just has what it can see through the camera. That's how it detects motion. So what if you have to think about, all right, well, where should this thing be pointing? Should it be pointing at the front door, at the bedroom? Could someone break in through the window? Knock on counter, it's never happened before, but where do you point it? So this does have some additional settings. You go to the gear icon at the top right, and we can tap into detection settings, and then we can go into detection zone. And this may be familiar to you from other cameras. This is basically a way, if I turn this on and it kind of jumped back to its last known position, you get the green box, which allows you to basically mask out anything, ceiling fans, anything else that might be moving in the shot. So you only get motion that you want, right? Same thing for outdoor cameras, like, don't put the street in it, you're gonna get cars. Just put in, say, your driveway or the backyard. So not only can you use the little green box to decide exactly what you want, but of course you can move the camera. You can move it up and down and all these different things. I'm gonna put it back over here. Not quite. Something like that. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm also going to go ahead and turn this off because I'm going to show you another feature. Because again, you might think you pointed at the front door, but what if someone comes from the back, the bedroom, they see the camera, they unplug it, and it never saw them because power was out and it was pointing the wrong way. So an additional setting, you may have seen it listed on the little more menu, is pan and scan. And it's really, really cool. So I'm going to turn detection off. I'm going to jump back a few menus. Wyze, some of these features are kind of buried. Can you kind of surface these things? Even though people might not use them very often, kind of buried. So I'm going to go into advanced settings, and I'm going to go to motor controls. I'm going to go to pan scan settings. What this does is allow you to set up waypoints, basically to give the camera a couple of different areas to look at, and it'll hold on each point for 10 seconds and then move on. If it detects motion and you have motion tracking turned on and it happens to be between points or at one of the points, it will still detect the motion, track it, send you an alert, the whole kit and caboodle, but it gives it the ability to keep moving around the room. That's how I have it set up. I've got 2 waypoints. You can set up to 4 of them. And again, it holds on each point for 10 seconds and then just repeats the process. So this one goes over here, it scans, for this side, and then the first one goes over there. So I've reviewed a few security cameras over the years, and it's hard to compare them all because each of them have different feature sets, they're part of different packages, and the Wyze Cam does quite a bit of what the other cameras do. Now, is it the Honeywell system with the whole smart speaker and all this proprietary sensors and all that security system stuff? No. Is it the Lighthouse camera with the fancy 3D sensor and like radar and detects people versus pets? And nope. Is it the Z-Moto cameras that I reviewed a couple years ago? Well, actually, it moves a lot faster than they do, and I kind of think it's a little bit superior, and it's less price. Sorry, Z-Moto. Anyways, but what about Nest and Arlo and all these cameras with 4K and AI and all that stuff? I think they're great. I personally have not actually reviewed them. I've seen them in use. I've talked to vendors about them. But the question is, what do we really want out of a security camera, right? Wyze took that and they put it into their products. And the real answer is, when you're not at home, you want to be alerted of something going on at home that shouldn't be happening. Like someone breaking in, a smoke alarm going off, or whatever. You want to be alerted of that. Their cameras do that. That's priority number one. The fact that they do all this extra stuff is great. And the fact that they do it for such a low price is phenomenal, right? It's ridiculous. But the last thing, seriously, it is a good camera. It has good video quality. You're not going to use it to make home movies. You just want to make sure that it has a decent sensor on it so that it can actually sense changes in the video and send you the alert. And it's got the adjustment for making sure that they're not false alerts. It's good. And beyond. I mean, besides, what do you expect for $25 or $35? But speaking of that, let me drive this point in terms of the cost and what it does. Let me drive this point home a little further if I haven't done so already. And again, not a sponsored review. But think about this. That's a motorized pan and tilt 1080p home security camera. That is more than $20 less than this LifeX smart light bulb. Yeah, exactly. I'm here to help you. Every month I do the Q&As. They're generated by your questions. I get them on a regular basis. I've got a little form. I've got a special URL that goes right to the form, smarterhomehelp.com. You can ask a question. I'll get back to you within usually a couple days or a week. And then if your question is really applicable to a wide audience, it goes on the Q&As at the end of each month. The other thing is there's a little checkbox on that form if you need help with a big project, renovation. I'm actually about to do one of these tomorrow. A consultation of some sort with me. You can elect to have that service, and I love talking to you in real time about your project and helping you out. As always, there's a product link to buy one of those or one of the little smaller versions in the video description. Check out the interviews with Wyze Cam. They're really excellent. Again, a customer-centered, a customer-focused company that wants to do the best, and they're going to enter more areas of the smart home this year, and I think they're going to do an awesome job. So good job, Wyze. I'm making some great products at reasonable prices, and I hope that you drive the rest of the industry crazy to bring prices down overall and keep quality up. That's it. I'm Joe DeGanzik for Smarter Home Life. Thanks for watching this review video. See you next time.